Hello there! Today, we're building a spectacular LEGO garden with a swimming pool and a tennis court. The garden is an extension of the hotel I created in one of my earlier updates. After all, what's a hotel without a pool? In addition to these cool additions, we're also expanding the hotel by renovating the entire lobby. But first, let's start with the garden. Here is where the pool will go. The water area measures 12 studs wide by 22 studs long. On the other side of the hotel will the tennis court be located. To build this to scale, I chose to make the court 24 studs wide by 34 studs long. Due to the placement of the pool and tennis court, the hotel's two entrances are a bit overshadowed. In my opinion, such a beautiful hotel needs a grand entrance. That's why I came up with a design that places the entrance at the corner of the building instead of on the two sides. I wanted to create as much space as possible for both the pool and the tennis court, so I decided to move the hotel 4 studs. There was still some space between the outer wall and the train tracks. Every extra stud is a bonus for this build. Initially, I planned to use the same lobby, but since I had to tear everything down, I decided to build an improved version. But first, the structure needs to be adjusted so the hotel can be moved 4 studs closer to the train tracks. Later in the video, you'll see why this is so important. Behind the hotel, a new skyscraper is being constructed, as you can see in the footage. We don't have unlimited space, so we need to make the most of it. To move the hotel, the grass next to the train tracks had to be replaced with a floor for the hotel to stand on. But first, let's build the base where the garden will be. Of course, this structure is also built modularly. And look at all that space. I can't wait to start building on it. Let's continue with the revamped entrance. When you walk into the hotel from the street, the entrance should stand out. The challenging part of this construction is that it's situated at a corner, requiring the entrance to be built at an angle. That's why I designed this structure with a 6-stud wide access door. Did you notice that the previous hotel didn't have any visible stars? We're going to change that. After all, what is a hotel without stars? Since this is a 5-star city, the hotel must be a 5-star hotel, of course. The stars I used are 1.3 studs wide, so I had to find a way to place them side by side. By working with stud bricks, I managed to achieve this effect. It's fun to use this building technique for a change. We've placed the stars above the entrance of the building, and just look at the result. I'm quite pleased and curious to see how it will look once the hotel is reassembled. While redesigning the lobby, I decided to change the exterior of the ground floor as well. It was originally made with LEGO Masonry bricks, which I think are more suited for an old building rather than a modern hotel. So I also adjusted the entrance, using smooth gray bricks instead. In the following shots, you can clearly see how the new exterior turned out. I'm quite pleased with the result. It looks sleeker, which is exactly what I wanted for the hotel. It's meant to be a luxurious 5-star hotel with a trendy vibe, targeting a younger audience. Since the hotel is located in a skyscraper city filled with office buildings, our target audience includes young professionals and business people who are in town for business meetings or visiting clients and partners. After a long day of work, these guests need a place to unwind, whether it's taking a refreshing dip in the pool or enjoying a well-deserved drink at the bar. This concept also guided the design of the new lobby. As you may have seen in the footage, the lobby now features a modern bar where guests can check in and enjoy a delightful drink. After spending a few more hours building, it's finally time to place the hotel back onto the new structure. We attach the tower, which fits perfectly on the outer walls of the ground floor, and the added entrance. Love it when a plan comes together. Now that the hotel is in place, it's time to move on to the garden. And trust me, you won't want to miss this. We'll start by building a wall that shields the garden from the rest of the city. Our guests need their privacy while they're swimming or playing a game of tennis. I love the effect that passers-by have no idea what's happening behind the hotel's walls. Let's begin with the swimming pool. By choosing this size, the pool is built to minifigure scale, something I want to integrate more and more into my city. To create a realistic water effect, we're using light blue transparent tiles. Some of you might recognize these tiles from one of my previous builds. Originally, I planned to build an infinity pool on the city's first skyscraper, but after dismantling it, I couldn't find a new spot for the rooftop pool. Now it's time to take apart one of my earliest constructions and repurpose the bricks for a new project. First, we'll lay blue plates in the space I've created, Then place the transparent tiles on top. By using blue plates under the transparent tiles, the water gets a clear blue color. After all, that's what you want when booking a hotel with a pool, right? This technique of coloring the base to achieve a certain effect is exactly how they do it with real swimming pools. It's great to see that this works with LEGO too. By placing the tiles alternately, we create a realistic effect of water in motion. Not bad, right? I can't wait to see how it looks when the construction is completely finished. After placing the final transparent tiles, it's time to move on to installing the tiles around the pool. This gives it a realistic effect, doesn't it? We're also setting up the first lounge chairs, complete with luxurious light brown cushions. Later, we'll finish the pool area by adding the minifigures, but for now, let's move on to the tennis court. We're starting by laying the tiles around the tennis court. As with the rest of the hotel garden, I'm using a light gray color for these tiles. They are arranged to seamlessly connect with the structure of the other tiles in the garden, giving the whole area a cohesive and polished design. We'll begin by adding the white lines for the court, then fill in the playing area with orange-brown tiles, as it's meant to represent a clay court. All the lines are scaled accurately and based on the official dimensions used in real tennis courts. The orange-brown tiles give the tennis court a playful yet realistic effect. It's a refreshing addition to the gray and white tones that are predominant in the rest of the city. Not a bad result, right? Next, we'll install the net in the center of the court. For this, we use black fencing, as most tennis nets are black, to create a clear contrast between the white playing lines and the net. Since there are hotel guests who enjoy watching tennis, I've added 2 wooden benches where they can sit and view the match. We place them along the long side of the court, providing a great vantage point to watch the game. Now that the tennis court is ready, we'll place 3 minifigures dressed in typical tennis outfits. The male player is holding the ball in his left hand, ready to serve. The female opponent is poised to return the serve with a powerful shot. The reserve player stands on the sidelines, watching the match intently from the wooden benches. I'm really pleased with how the result turned out. This is the first sports field in the city, and I'm quite satisfied with it. If you'd like to see more sports fields in the future, let me know in the comments, and you might just see your favorite sport featured in one of my upcoming builds. With the tennis court complete, we'll move on to the wall surrounding the hotel. I've chosen to plant greenery on the inside of the walls to give the garden a natural feel, which is much needed in a bustling city full of cars and buildings. By using knob bricks on the inside of the wall, I can attach the fence and look at the result. Refreshing, isn't it? To connect the fence with the wall, I've finished the top with 2 stud wide gray tiles. Now it's time to add details that complete the garden's design. We place the minifigures by the pool, where hotel guests are enjoying the sun and a refreshing dip in the water. And of course, a cold drink is a must-have. We also see a new guest entering the hotel, ready to check in. He can't wait to take a refreshing dip in the pool after seeing all the guests enjoying the water. Personally, I think the pool turned out really well. The water effect is realistic, and the minifigures add a lot of character to the design. I'm very pleased with my decision to expand the hotel with this beautiful garden, complete with a pool and tennis court. It's fun to design things that you also enjoy in real life. Plus, it gives the city a refreshing vibe by adding water and greenery. By the way, did you notice that the old hotel lobby featured a water fountain, which has now been replaced with a bar? I've decided to repurpose the fountain for the garden. Do you think this was a good decision? In my opinion, it's a great addition to the garden and adds a touch of luxury. It's great to reuse certain designs and see that they fit better in a different context than originally planned. This is why I'm planning to renovate certain buildings or even completely tear them down if necessary. I want to create a city that fully meets my standards and is built using increasingly better techniques. Now that I've designed 2 things I enjoy, I'm curious to know what you like to do in your daily life and would like to see included in my city. Just keep in mind that it should fit into the Skyscraper City theme. A historical castle might be interesting, but it wouldn't quite logical to add as the next build. But I'm confident that you all will come up with great ideas, so feel free to share your suggestions. Let's hear what you've got. In the meantime, I'll continue coming up with new designs to add to the city. Stay tuned for more updates. Did you miss my update where I showed how I built the hotel? Be sure to check out that video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future updates. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next update.